Hey guys, Nate here. I got the question this week on what a pitcher should be doing in between innings to stay nice and warm so they're ready to go back on the mound. And to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot to be done. There's not a whole lot of time for them to kind of actually stiffen up and be at their worst or be at a little bit of a decline when they go back on the mound. A few things that I would suggest that could possibly help is, one, if you're trying to stay warm and you feel like you cool down quite a bit in between innings, maybe put a sweatshirt on, because that'll keep the blood flow going. It'll kind of stay a little warm. That's a little bit more of a feeling wise. So if you just put a sweater over your shoulder, you'll still get kind of that sweat and keep the warmness in that shoulder to keep the blood flow to that area. So that could be a possibility that you could try if you feel like you're cooling off. The most important thing that I would say is to make sure you hydrate. So in between innings, anywhere, depending on how long the inning is, it may take 5 minutes for an inning, it may take 15 minutes for an inning, but the national guidelines for water consumption is anywhere between 7 ounces of water to 10 ounces of water, and even up to a cup of water for every 15 minutes of a sporting activity. So if you're out on the mound and you come in between innings, make sure you drink that fluid, make sure you get a shot of water about that 7 ounce to cup range, so that you're staying hydrated. That is going to keep you at your maximum ability for pitching. So you're not going to wear down as much. That water is going to keep your energy levels up and make sure you're replenishing what you're losing with your sweat so that you can continue on. The other thing that I would suggest is, if you do feel like you're getting stiff and there's a long inning, say that you guys score a lot of runs and they may have changed pitchers once or twice within the inning, and you feel like you are getting a little stiff and a little cooled down when you should be starting to ramp back up, the one thing I would suggest, if it helps, would be to just do a few Indian Club arm circles. This is just going to work on the patterning, and you can go kind of both directions. So kind of throw it away from the body and swing it back in, and then swing it back the other way, so that you're starting to get that arm moving again, but it's not at such a high level as a pitch. We already know that pitching is tough. We don't need it, or as a high level activity, we don't necessarily need to be doing extra stuff on top of pitching to tear down the musculature a little bit more. So to recap, 3 things that I would suggest that you could do in between innings would be, one is just continue to rest. You need a little break period to be able to perform at your best the next innings, and that would be maybe just throw on a sweater on your shoulder, on your throwing shoulder, or even on your upper back. That's going to keep the shoulder a little warm. The other one, the big thing that I would say is continue to hydrate. That's going to keep you at your highest level at the most. Anywhere between 7 ounces of water to a cup of water, depending on how hot it is and how much you sweat. And the other one, if there's a long inning before you go back out, if you feel a little stiff, do a few arm circles with the Indian clubs. And I would say only up to 5 swings per side, per direction of swing. And that would be at most I would do. Okay, guys? Give this a try. If you have any questions on this topic, just reach out to me. I'd be happy enough to talk with you. But give it a try. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.